choice here, unless they go Renekton, because you can't really pick Ambessa because Renekton's still up.
You're picking a
Olaf
top with a Shyvana jungle. Sounds pretty scary. Olaf feels very good though, since he wins a lot of matchups. This was the response we saw last time around.
Yep.
From Hite, if I'm not mistaken, in this Jax top. So.
And the Jax actually did relatively well until they lost the game.
Yeah, it was just one late game team fight where they got run down for the side lane control. We'll have to wait and see.
Yep, could also just be the ghost for the Olaf as well, as we've seen that many, many times. But here we are, ladies and gentlemen, onto the Rift for game number 1 of this best of 3. T1 versus Life Esports, a rematch of the Road to MSI qualifying match that we had only a little while ago.
Ignite Jax versus Ghost
goes in and says, "Hi, remember me?" as he looks to take down Guma.
I want to say it was before LCK Cup this year where everyone was scrimming Shyvana and it seemed broken and then it just didn't become a thing. They're just going to force this.
Yeah, Delight's flashing. Gumayushi is so far away though. Keria kills his former lane opponent, but can he keep Paze alive? The answer looks to be no as Kanavi gets here into the right position. And it looks like Keria going to have to wait for a hookshot in order to try and escape. He wants to kill Kanavi and he doesn't manage to do so. Delight waiting for the Hail of Blades to come off cooldown and almost gets Kanavi because of it. Pretty good heads up idea about exactly what the cooldown of that one was. Keeping his eye on his bottom bar. So nicely done there. Just not quite enough. As now Paze underneath his turret. Looking a little worse for wear. We do have Kanavi down here as well. Actually going to cancel that back. Keria moving back towards the lane. And Kanavi setting up for this dive. Let's see whether Paze can survive. Captive Audience comes down. There is the deadly flourish as Kanavi just flashes in, picks up the kill, and will be taken out here as Keria turns up. But that is the support moving to 2-1. And Paze remaining, the full level advantage for the Nocturne against a Shyvana that is actually 300 gold ahead of him. It's just kind of ridiculous.
It's Kanavi.
The value of the farm.
He's farming the champions, not the minions, but they give a little bit less experience, you know?
Yep.
Or I should say camps, not minions.
As Paze, all right, going to be going in after Keria. He gets exhausted, but there's that paranoia we were talking about. Good relentless pursuit, but the flash to follow here from Ona. Gets on top of Guma. He has the exhaust. That helped him out there as Keria dove in. But now Zeka turns up, and the deadly flourish comes down. Flash out of the way of that flash frost. Kanavi does get himself back into this game. Still, Ona is very close to level 7, and that CS gap is still very, very large between the two junglers.
Navi coming down with that ultimate in tow, ready to potentially scrap around the Scuttle and Dragon as Guma's collapsed on.
Yeah, I don't know about this one. He's the one that decided to go in, and he finds the culling onto Keria. Dashes out of the way, and there is the Dragon descending on top of Paze. I don't know whether he's going to survive this one, barrier or no. And down he will go, consumed by the Dragon here as Kanavi moves to 3 kills.
Yeah, now he's going to get the Dragon as well. I mean, it's going to be in full vision here of Owner, who does have his paranoia coming back up, but I don't think there's anything he can do for contested. But they're going to try Faker's TP flanking. This could be a disaster for T1. Let's see.
That's the slowest, scariest teleport ever. But Guma just explodes and Faker comes on over. Manages to block Kanavi's little escape here as Delight gets a shield on him. Keria's coming over the fire kick just to buy some space, and Kanavi has to flash to get out of the way of Faker. That teleport from the mid laner does work out in the end.
I really didn't think it was going to. I was so worried that T1 were going to lose the game in that moment.
Kanavi just died.
Yeah, Keria gets him with an ignite there, and we'll be fine. Not going to aggro any camps on his way out, but Owner ultimately will get the Dragon as a result of this. Everything looked pretty set in stone, but look at this setup here. Kanavi's Dragon is expiring, but Guma is completely unprotected. Doesn't have exhaust, doesn't have barriers, so just no way to survive the burst damage there from Owner when Owner is able to get on top of him. I thought he was safe, but he's still in paranoia range. He's not under turret. There's just no real counterplay here as Kanavi flashes away. And then Keria's like, he does.
He read him like a book. He read him like, it was like, it's Kanavi. He is obviously going to try and come back.
Such a Kanavi move, man. It just keeps happening.
Yeah.
So Keria gets his gold back up to 500 in the lead after that 3rd kill of the game. Hexplate is done here for Owner, and he now has one of those ultimate hunter stacks as well, so he's going to start being more and more annoying on the map. Very volatile game. T1 have taken a few fights and a few of these heavy exchanges where it looks like they just go in no matter what, but HLE have more people than they do. Speaking of, there's more people here in the mid lane as well.
Yeah, Faker gets very, very scared. I think should go down to the egg. Oh, never mind. Holds onto it for the moment, as now Ragnarok getting thrown down here by Zeus. Gets himself the shield, the reckless swing, and Doran just gets ran down. No Counter-Strike, no hope for the Jax. But the Hexblade's there, the Phage is there, and I mean, Zeus is very, very strong on this Olaf right now. Hextech ultimatum towards the bottom side of the map. The Paranoia comes in. The explosion of damage is just massive. Delight not gonna be taken down by that curtain call, but Gumayusi stood no hope against that.
Yeah, unfortunately, Emilio doesn't do a whole lot into Nocturne, just because he gets on top of you and you can't cleanse his auto attacks. So he just
he's not an optometrist, is he? He's more of a doctor.
Well, Kanavi might be able to get a little revenge here, but still have Nocturne in the area.
Yeah, FaZe gets a little bit frightened here. The flash on top does have the barrier, but just explodes. That is so much damage out of this dragon form Kanavi. Still Owner comes on over and kills him.
Yeah, is this even good for HLE is the real question. Kanavi also flashed there on the play. FaZe used both of his summoners, but you know, it's another kill for this Nocturne. It's another Ultimate Hunter stack. Okay, this could make it worth.
Yeah, Owner is going to be able to spell shield one ability. It's Rise, though, so it doesn't quite work out. He is kind of feared forever, but still.
Have a composition that's really strong right now, whereas T1, you know, with Ghostblade Jhin and No Rod stacks and Nivea are going to struggle to actually win team fights here. It's a lot on Keria and Owner to set up these fights. Zeka coming in late. TP on the flank here for Doran.
And now we do have Kanavi kind of blocked off, but Doran's going to get in there. Great counter-strike, and down goes Kanavi before the fight even has really gone off. In goes Doran, and there is Owner getting into that backline. There's a flash from Zeus, though, wanting to take down the Jax. And now Zeus is going to get on top of Pei. Zeka going to join him, and there is a dead Jhin. The Viking now just trying to run out of this one. Good wall dive from Keria is going to get the lockdown onto Zeka, though, and so it looks like it's going to be a one trade here for T1, although they did lose out on the Drake.
It's Infernal Soul, too, so very valuable to not let us double stack.
Another kill to come on through as Keria gets his Hextech ultimatum back, and yes, he's kind of a top laner as well. Nets and all that sort of stuff. That's not how Keria has been playing this. He's been making sure that he has as much utility in these fights as possible, and then comes back with full health to do it again because he's been skirting around the side of the fight. Navi breathes on them once again, though, and just breathes his last.
Is that Peanut?
I'm not sure, but it wasn't great. Paranoia does come down now as Delight is looking to run his way out of there. The curtains are going to get cold, though, on the Melio, and he will just get walled off and destroyed. Pays grabs it with a third bullet, throws the fourth away just for fun, and now T1 are going to grab themselves a Rift Herald. HLE falling apart here.
If you've watched HLE play Shyvana in the past, but in not the very recent past against KT, it was Peanut playing it, and it made us very worried and very upset.
Went like this.
And it looked like this, yes, with a lot of very ambitious engages and attempts to catch targets that were very safe, as Keria is at it again.
Yeah, Gumayusi is going to struggle to get out of this one because Hextech Ultimatum is inescapable.
He used to be your guy. You guys were friends before.
I mean, Keria just came over and gave him a hug, man. It's not his fault that Pays then killed him.
Yeah, he was just trying to give him a little hug, but Pays wasn't ever friends with Guma. They were always rivals and enemies, so I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, that's the canon, I think.
Pays now got he's been given 3 kills in these scraps. Okay, this is even more potentially.
Yeah, looking for an angle towards Zeka here on the top side of the map. Does have the Glacial Storm from Faker to deal with. The Blast Cone just tries to push him off the edge of the alcove. And
up here, they don't have great engage with this comp, frankly. I mean, they got a Emilio and a Shyvana, so when T1 have control, they can just kind of kite back and play around this Jhin and the zoning of the Anivia, as you can see here.
Yeah, I mean, their engage is Kanavi throwing himself at them, and he has been reliable when it comes to that. It's just whether or not that's a thing that they want him to do. That's more up for debate. Gumayusi is going to take some poke damage here from Faker as they get pushed away. And now, Zeka going to rotate around. There's that Counter-Strike to come in. They look to blow up the Rise, who flashes out of the way. He does get feared. Doran stays alive, though, as they take out Guma. They take out Zeka. And there is Owner falling down as Doran looking for a little bit of an angle here. Doesn't actually get that counter-strike to work out, and now T1 getting ripped to shreds. Zeus, though, just gonna get put in the cubby. Oh, it's a disaster. He's smacked in the head by Doran's lamppost. Kanavi will become a massive dragon, though. He has got the Dusk and Dawn, and that's a quadra kill. There's the revenge of the dragon lady, as Doran's gonna deny the penta, but Kanavi will take this dragon.
All right, so he got
What we were talking about, like, this is actually a huge spike for Zeus.
Yeah, this is so much control for T1 around this zone, though. And you mentioned Olaf can't necessarily get into the fight if Faker just walls him out here. I think what they should do is just put the Jax and the Nocturne on the Dragon and just otherwise continue to zone, because HLE have no vision here. And T1 have vision on the Baron if HLE tried to make it a trade, but now Owner's showing on vision, so they're giving this up.
The funny thing is, I think HLE can just give this up. It's a second dragon for T1. T1 are going to look for the fight, though, as we can see. The curtains are going to get called as Kanavi, looking to tank that one up, does use the Dragon Descent in order to leave. Last bullet doesn't land. The Dragon doing a lot of damage here as there's the ulti from the Melio to get them out of the way. Great walls from Faker so far this game as Zeka finding a great angle here, but gets stunned up. Does get himself out as there's the culling. Another wall to try and block them off as Zeus gets into the backline, but he's going to get executed. The flash forward from Carrier, but it does not work. Hextech Ultimatum does nothing. And it's HLE that take down the support, but support for top lane, I guess you'll take that as, never mind, HLE are gonna turn it. Zeka uses that arm guard that he purchased to great effect, and now Kanavi is looking to take some names. He'll grab a Guardian Angel first, then look to take out Ona, and Pays is running for the hills. He does do so pretty quickly, and Kanavi is likely to die. There he goes. Pays locks down that kill. But it's a 2 for 2 in the end, and HLE looks like they have control of the rift.
Push this wave and then look for this Baron itself. Zeka does not have Realm Orb either. A lot of tools that HLE do not have here. Again, both flashes for Zeus and Gumar still down here to try to fight this one out, but they have to try to challenge.
Yep, Kanavi's beelining it towards this Baron pit, but it looks like they are going to be able to burst this one down as the culling going to be used onto a crab, and now the Baron is just going to be taken. Owner is definitely dead, but one for Baron. I guess you'll take that. Crystallize is going to block off the entire wall as Faker under this outer turret.
He could TP if he goes now. Oh, he's actually going to go for the recall. Okay, it might be too late. He might be
he's
dead now.
definitely not going to be teleporting out of this one. So Faker is going to be going down to his egg and then is just going to be taken out. 2 kills for a Baron, though. Actually, it's getting towards more even territory.
Oh, especially, though, if Doran gets this whole turret here, which it looks like he will. Not feeling too great about it for HLE. And Owner sacrificing himself there, 100% the right call. Faker, you could argue there are a few ways for him to get out. Doran's just going to TP bottom lane and go from threatening the top side to threatening the bottom side here. Kanavi. I'm worried about Zeus. I'm worried about Zeka a little bit. Kanavi's got a lot of items, but he keeps not being able to use them in team fights. He does have his ultimate here for this fight, so we'll see if maybe this is the fight where he actually contributes the damages and gets a quadra kill and or penta.
Oh, that's a lot of damage on the Pays. They do manage to get the counter-strike into the backline here as Doran does have to go golden very early on in this fight. There is the paranoia. Doran able to lead strike his way out, but that's a better use of the ulti here from Kanavi, and as I say that, he gets stunned up and actually doesn't get any value out of it.
Baker's poke is unreal. Doran's actually going to get to recall here. Zeka's in trouble.
Yeah, it does go golden. This Crystallize not exactly the best one, though, as Faker does manage to get that flash out, but the bird is just going to be taken down. Ragnarok into the backline here from Zeus, and he'll find Ona down to the GA. And now Carrier getting very, very low and will be taken out here by Zeka, who is able to get himself out to safety. Pays in a little bit of trouble. Doran is at full health, though.
With no Olaf here, I think they could just kind of push at HLE.
With Delight backing them up, though, this is so difficult as Pays is just sniped. Just taken out here, and the mobility of Gumayusi with this Navori is so scary. Ona now, without that GA, is just going to have to try and run out of this one, and he will be able to do so, but he's concerned Carrier has been the most important one for T1, and it's been the top side of the map carrying through for HLE. Spirit Visage is actually done here as Carrier has to get the hell out of the way from Gumayusi, who might have heard me saying that he wasn't the main character and didn't like it. Gets the culling down, does a large portion of Doran's health bar as Faker teleports in. A lot of value here as there's the Ragnarok, and Zeus realized that he just has to go in. He's gonna get taken down here as the rest of HLE a little bit slow on the follow-up as T1 able to navigate this one beautifully. Kanavi getting into that backline, blast cones his way over towards Pays, and is just gonna get executed. Does manage to kill Pays though, keeps himself alive for a little while longer. And so at least they get the 80 carry, but it is 3 on the floor here for HLE as they just blunder the fight.
Yeah, Carrier misses a hook shot over the wall, so we'll join a little bit late here, but T1 have enough damage, I think, with this Anivia to just push this Baron down. Faker fairly low on mana here, but I think they have enough, especially with this Jax just hammering away to take this one down. Guma's coming over, he's got Flash and GA, so this is still a risky endeavor.
Yeah, he's got the exhaust there as well. He can dive over that wall, and it looks like T1 are not going to risk it. In goes Dora, and the flash gets out of the way, but there's the flash in with that counter-strike. Carrier gonna get double tap though as Guma popping off, takes out the top laner. The GA now in his hand as owner. Can he keep himself alive? Faker gets the stun. Perfect timing, but he blows up, and it's a triple for Gumayushi.
To be Soul, I think they have to give it up. And Guma saved the game. Faker timed his stun out of the GA perfectly. It's still just not enough into this near full item Guma. And now,
wait, hang on. So HLE get aced and turn that into Soul and Baron. That's some chess that I certainly couldn't understand. You know, that's sacrificing the queen. If I've ever seen one before. Here goes Ona. The steal is Pays! He pulls a Gumayushi against HLE. Player against the game to Kanavi.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm voting jungle on this one, but
I have no idea. Maybe that's even harder.
I think HLE is a little bit more up in the air. We'll see what happens in this final fight. It might be Guma, to be honest, even though he was like 0-6.
He was a 0-6 Lucian.
Kanavi, no.
Okay, we're blast coning all over the place. Kanavi is still going to be running forward, though. The wall comes down, and he likes that pace. Just explodes. Maybe wishing that he had a GA now as down goes Owner as well. They are all just evaporating. The egg gets crushed immediately, and that is an ace before you can blink. This game is over.
Well, that's a way to end the game, I suppose. I guess Kanavi will be getting a VOG in this one. As he just goes over the wall and kills the carry who maybe did need a GA. Didn't expect the flying dragon over the wall. He thought that one was supposed to be in the pit in 2.5 minutes, but actually it was right in front of his eyes. And that's the game. That's the end of it.
That was so anticlimactic.
So
this game
unserious.
was such a back and forth banger, and then immediately just ends. I think HLE had somewhere to be. Unfortunately for them, it's a best of 3, so they're going to have to be back here pretty quickly in order to play the next game. But what a weird and wonderful game 1 we just had in this series. And you know what? I just hope we get more. The 0-6 Gumayushi Lucian doing 52,000 damage here in this game.
In any way to feel for that. I'm not surprised of this result. I would have been surprised if you told me it happened like 8 minutes ago, but after what happened in that last fight, and they've got the Cassiopeia there in the mid lane.
This was always Ziggs. And
I don't like it though.
I mean, the Ziggs is perfect, right? Like, I think they saw the Karma before T1 did, and were like, you know what, we can just nope out of the laning phase. And yes, it's going to be difficult in the early stages, but ultimately it just doesn't matter. And so they can play through the top side of the map where Zeus and Zeka have some decent matchups, right? The Annie was an answer to the Cassiopeia. The Na into Ambessa can just go the way of the player that's on better form on the day. The T1, they've got a very robust draft. HLE do have a lot of comfort on their side. Let's get into the Rift here for game number 2. HLE, 1 game away from qualification here. And we'll see how it is going to go as we get onto the Rift here for the second game of this series. Zeka possibly going to get found out as Kanavi taking some poison ticks from Faker. Some trading power down here.
Especially with the Aftershock now on cooldown for delayed for a few more seconds. So they're just really trying to push this advantage. You do need to stay here as Shen early. He's going to offer his heal, but once we start getting a few more levels in, he's going to start roaming around the map a little bit, and Guma is just going to be holding these waves and TPing. Owner comes down and gets the Krugs and gets level 3 as Kanavi will start that cross of the river here for the vertical jungle, you have to imagine. Looking for maybe a pass on a Faker first, though.
Yeah, let's see whether he can actually kill him. It's the flash forward. The Incinerate comes down, and Kanavi finishes it off with that resonating strike. Really beautifully done.
Pretty transparent to us, but I guess Faker just didn't consider the possibility. I mean, it's such a strong mid jungle with the setup with the Annie, and now that Faker isn't here, it's going to be hard to kill Kanavi.
Moving Kanavi towards the Raptor as well to make sure that he takes that damage, but still, Ona now coming out of base with that Ruby Crystal. It's going to work out. He flashes over, and now he's fighting a red buff as well. Oh yeah, but it's supposed to come back to you like in a more of an arcing way. You know, this is a prehistoric boomerang. They're very different. They just go out and then come back. Actually, it's a League of Legends boomerang because Civa's one does the same thing as well, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Even though that one just always comes back to you no matter what. Kind of crazy. It's maybe a kid's boomerang, you know, like an easy one. Whereas the Nah one is a little bit more difficult. As Kanavi is, I think, going to be able to take that one away. As Delight. Oh, the Impale comes on through. Public Execution just holds him in position. Nice kick back there to get Kanavi out as Faker not going to quite find the petrifying gaze he was looking for. And Kanavi should be able to finish him off. Down he will go. Great stun comes through. That kill in the last skirmish. But I imagine that first item should allow Doran to feel a whole lot better. And you can see already pushing Zeus back. So Faker comes on over here. Knows exactly where Kanavi is again, but he's right next to him.
This time he's got a lot of friends here, so Kanavi wants to punish this flash, this Cassiopeia, but cannot actually commit. Here comes a taunt.
There's the taunt flash. The Mega Inferno Bomb comes down as Faker is very, very low. Second just needs one more spell, and he'll be able to take him out, but Kanavi's dead already. Satchel actually kind of moving Owner to safety, but the flash Q going to help lock him down, and the bouncing bomb will finish him off.
Got lethal tempo rolling here.
Yeah, Gumayusi now actually getting himself out of there. That was an incredible cleanse out of Pays as the Honey Fruit being fought for here, and Gumayusi gonna get pushed back by the Drake.
He's could flash for it.
Satchel's away. Pays, he finds the W and executes the Ziggs. Gonna get pushed away. Is Ambessa? I actually thought for a second there that it was Faker getting caught as we were just coming out of a
Faker
replay.
is also pushed out of the top side by Zeus at the moment with his Gnar, Mega Gnar coming
And that
through.
was the biggest difference, right, in that last fight, because Zeus just wasn't there. He is now looking for first turret here on this top side, and it looks like Faker's not going to be able to challenge as in goes Kanavi, just steals away the dragon. Just kind of like that. There's the flash in from Ona, does find the Impale, and is just delivered to death. But he does get the Drake, so there is that one. It's Cloud Soul this game as well, and that's a whole lot of fun.
I wanted to say calculated. He knew he didn't have the Impale, but a few seconds later he did. So
yeah,
he gets the dragon, but does not get away with his life. But I still think that HLE with these 3 grubs rolling, man. Zeus is going to get this turret.
Oh, Zeus also has Mega Gnar coming up. Good flash there from Faker to avoid it, but the Boulder Toss comes on through. He's still got a wallop, and that is going to stun up Faker now. Faker trying to find these Twin Fangs, and he needed to hit that boulder. Otherwise, Faker just kills him, and down he will go. Solo kill for the GOAT.
Yeah, I had a little spoiler of a laugh from Zeus' face, which made me think you actually won that exchange, because our player cams are a little ahead, but it was actually a cheeky, I lost it. Yeah, this happened also in the meantime. Pays, he does the gaming.
Yeah, he just killed him.
To Guma hurts, but we're getting to a point where the comp of T1 is kind of already outscaling pretty early in this game. It's not supposed to be.
That interruption was so beautiful. Ona going to be able to get the Impale though, and his health bar is just so large. Pays doing so much damage here as Kanavi obviously is going back in. Does manage to take down the Skarner here, and now it's Doran's turn to try and get amongst it. Faker in that backline. Public Execution comes down. Doran sets up the kill onto Delight and gets onto Guma. Takes him out as well. Why did they let this guy have Ambessa? Like, I was telling them the whole draft, you should not do it. And
but also Pays Ezreal! Pays Ezreal and Faker got the first pick Cassiopeia. It's the 3 of them that carry this fight after Owner gets the turn on the Impale. Zeka, I don't know. He's going to get a stun here, but Cleanse is available.
Yeah, that is going to be once again this Nah going down as Zeka. Oh my goodness, who actually wins this? Well, it doesn't actually matter because Ona's going to turn up and Zeka realizes that he has to go for something. His flash was so close.
HLE should really think twice about fighting this, but their comp is kind of running out of time. The hourglass is really ticking down here, and T1 with such control over the top side of this fight.
Yeah, Gumayusi marched all the way around in order to get back to his teammates, but did manage to do so. Zeka is on a flank angle here with flash in hand. As the Rift Herald goes down, Ona going to be able to use that one if you would like to. True Shot Barrage does go wide. As Rift Herald is picked up by Doran. Finds a knock-up onto 2 here, but not really too many other people there as he finds Zeka on the flank angle. It's Kanavi that locks down the dragon, and Doran gets into the backline, but immediately dies. That was not what they wanted to do there. Mega Inferno Bomb not exactly getting the value, but it is still going to soften them up. Down goes Ona. and it's HLE's turn to roll over the team fight. Carrier flashes his way out, not going to get safeguard kicked from Kanavi this time.
Relevant in this game a little bit longer.
Yeah, and actually focusing on that fight afterwards, I think the thing that went wrong for T1 the most is, never mind, kick flash comes through, pays delivered to HLE.
Kanavi's going to make the play here. We're going to isolate Doran because he went in, and I'm just going to keep the carries away, and HLE just kind of steal it away. And that's not the first time we've had that in this series. Zeus is going to try to help chase down this flashless Ezreal.
Oh, actually catches him with the boomerang. There's a Mega Inferno Bomb and pays. One more auto is not quite enough. The flash from Zeka has to be invested, but they do manage to take down the Ezreal. Still, Zeka is very dead as a result. So mid lane for 80 carry. Both of these bot lane carries.
Got the locket out from just a little bit of added poke. Not a game-ending advantage, but still one little tool gone.
Oh, Faker is going to face check. It is still a lot of damage here that he can bring down as Kanavi not going to quite find the Sonic Wave. Faker has to flash out of the way of the Mega Inferno Bomb. Another Sonic Wave goes wide. Taunt Flash is going to be able to lock down this Cassiopeia finally as a third Q goes wide. Kanavi, hit one, please! As now Zeka having to deal with Doran, who flashes on in. True Shot Barrage flies over the top. The Impale onto two is phenomenal, but HLE still in the fight for now. It's a double in the end, though, for the Ambessa, and Ona takes down Delight.
It's such a T1 moment. Faker is caught, and yet
Difficult for HLE to get to, although Gamushi will be able to find it eventually. Delight now over the wall.
No great targets because they know where he is.
Oh, okay, pushed into the wall there. Mega Inferno Bomb will get Pays out as he has to flash over the wall. Zeus looking for an angle there. Petrifying Gaze is indeed very scary. And the Impale is onto Kanavi. He's going to safeguard his way out. Delight survives for a very long time. Flash on the Annie can be really, really impactful.
Let's see if they can
you
get
know
Pays.
your opponents don't have them. But may not actually matter because Zeus is going to get caught here. He is not one of the players that does have Flash, and he doesn't have Mega, so he's just dead.
Them on soul point, but it would probably cost him his life. It wouldn't necessarily put Hanwha into a winning spot, but I think you got to try something. He's not able to get access, though.
And now he's just dead. He finds a taunt onto Pays. That is about it. Spirit's Refuge is going to come on down. He actually stays alive for a very long time. True Shot Barrage, though, is going to kill him.
And he zigs. Like, the fact that he has 0 deaths is quite impressive.
Flash out of the way there from Guma. Zeka is able to sidestep the Petrifying Gaze. Still
TPing again.
2 versus 1. This is going to be a difficult one as the flash forward from Zeka. They will be able to lock down the mid laner, but he's done enough work. Looks like Dora might be able to grab this one as never mind. Delight turns up. Stand United gets him in there.
He didn't have his ultimate because he just used it to get Guma's flash. There's another route here from Carrier.
Yeah, Mega Gnar does come down, but the Wallop is going to go wide, and Pays just stands his ground. Down goes the Gnar. There's nothing he can do into Pays right here. Sitting at 4 and a bit items. This guy is absolutely terrifying as there's the taunt from Delight. They do take him out. Never mind, I tell a lie. And HLE just explode the main carry of T1. Baron going to be up in 50 seconds time. Pays will be alive at that stage, but it might be an opportunity here for HLE now. So they do manage to trade 2 for 1 in the extended play.
Doran, Faker has TP to try to bail him out. They keep trading those when one of them is caught inside. Instead, they're not going to commit fully, and we'll look to control this zone now on the Baron. Pays again, Flash coming up soon, but not ready yet. Delight, a lot of agency here in this one to try to make something happen.
Yeah, information coming in here as T1 wanting to lock down this Baron. We'll see whether they can find the turn. As Zeka finds the bear, but Pays gets himself out of the way. Zeus, not a great Narbar right now as Ona looking for an Impale angle, but does not find it. Doran gets into that back line, and there's the Petrifying Gaze. Kanavi, though, is the only one that really tanks it. Mega Inferno Bomb zones them away, but there goes the Gnar. And T1 looking a little worse for wear, but they will still be the team that gets the kills, and they should be able to get back to the Baron if they want it.
Yeah, the ultimate from Faker, pretty huge, but also Pays is just sitting there free-firing at full health. He wasn't hit by the ultimate there from Zeka. He just shifted away, didn't even have to flash. He still has flash here for the potential turn off of this Baron. Doran with no ult and no health.
Well, they need to look for this angle as Zeka just incinerates nothing. The Baron is going to be taken here by Ona, but they lose 2 immediately. Pays is dead, and so is Doran. Ona going to be taken out. I mean, is it only going to be Carrier and Faker alive with the Baron? Yes. insult to injury as the Drake is live. So that is Cloud Soul if they're able to pick it up.
Yeah, they get the defense of the inhibitor in mid. Zayas is still pushing this top one, but they get the respawns and they get the group because of the back timing here for HLE. I mean, they got the Void Staff completed here, but they don't have any prio. Kanavi just looking for a steal. He just wants to get a steal here, trying to get access, but Owner is waiting, and that bomb is going to make it an easy smite.
Yeah, I kind of thought that Kanavi was going to go in there as the public execution does go down onto Zayas. He finds his own ulti, though. The Mega Nut is going to come on through. The Wolf is going to miss. That should be the end of Zayas. As Pays is also in position. Yeah, jumps over the wall and immediately, fortunately, not going to be able to find Zeka with that one.
Big win for HLE now that that Mbessa ult is down.
Yeah, and now you got to stand united, and it's going to be interrupted by death. Pays, though, is going to get caught out, and the Impale didn't really do anything. He avoids the Mega Inferno Bomb, though. Still a lot of damage in this choke point. Gumayushi is so deadly. Just kind of ridiculous.
They're just playing through Pays poker. Now they want to end the game with this Baron. This first inhibitor will respawn, but it'll get burst down right away. They were ready for it. This ult here from Guma will help a little bit as Owner's potentially caught.
Yeah, they're looking for him. Skana is going to be able to flash away, but that is a decent tool now on cooldown.
And the bomb is also on cooldown here. They're going to go for empowered recalls. This is a little scary because the base doesn't have minions in it, you know? Like, HLE are actually in a fairly safe spot here to come over now. Guma also has TP, so he and Zayas can actually clear these waves and then come over for the Elder. T1 have given up a lot of control here, to be honest, Atlas.
Oh, what? Faker just yells at nothing. I think there was someone on his lawn, but it wasn't actually. It was a garden gnome or something like that instead. And so he's just going to yell into the abyss. And T1 not going to lose the Elder off the back of this or anything like that, but this game does feel like it's in flippy territory. The problem is...
the base is still open.
Yeah, HLE, if they try and contest the Elder, they may just lose the game. As there is a Shen making his way over towards this. T1 going to be backing away towards the Dragon, but there is a lot of vision in this area for HLE. They see that Owner is on it. Faker alongside him as Gumayushi spotted on a ward there as well as Pays gets himself over. That is going to be the inhibitor going down on that top side as well. It's only Zeka in the pit, and the Dragon is going down lower and lower. Zayas looking for the angle towards Doran, but Doran still at full health, and Zayas is just getting peppered with so much damage. And now Kanavi goes in. The kick is not going to work, and he's taken down to his GA. Doran in a little bit of trouble, but the Dragon will do the work. The Mega Inferno Bomb. Oh my god, if they had the Elder themselves, that would have been huge. But in the end, it was the damage from Pays and from Faker that locks this one up and brings us to a game 3. Both of these games, though, absurdly close.
Over 40 minutes long. T1 doing their due diligence in the final moments here. Kanavi goes for a miracle steal, but it is not successful, and T1 will bring us to 3 in an incredibly close game.
I have no idea who to vote for.
I'm voting for Pays.
Yeah.
He did a lot of boom boom. He played really well. Faker's a good shout. Doran's a good shout.
I guess I'll just give it to Pays, but I actually have no idea. I think it was more of a team effort here. I think Doran played really well. Owner was fine. And that Mega Inferno Bomb actually just kills all of them. So if they had have managed to get the Elder, that would have 100% been the case.
It's just not enough, though. They can't get it.
They need damage, and they need a lot of it.
Angle. Maybe he just plays Victor here. This draft is pretty bad for T1. Not gonna lie. I think it doesn't have an identity.
I like
it's got some pick.
I think
it's
Victor
got some
is
scale.
the closest thing to fixing it.
Azir?
What the hell?
No, we were on such a good streak with this champion not being played. It's been like 2 months.
Well, I mean, it's Faker's Azir, man. This is so exciting. So, like, Faker brings, like, dusts off the pigeon in order to try and win this deciding game and get them out of this qualification series, or he is going to use that to go down and out. This is kind of crazy because I kind of thought we'd seen the end of this guy.
I was hoping we had, but Faker is Faker, and he can play Azir whenever he wants to. I don't think it saves this draft, to be honest. I think HLE have the much better draft. They have a very strong bottom 2v2.
To pick up all of the carries and wipe them out. This is some weird drafts that we're seeing here in this game number 3. And we'll see whether it's going to work out as we hop onto the Rift for this 3rd game. The Yunara skin also going to be worn here by Pays, which is very cute. A little bit of a shout out to Gumayushi, who is also probably using his own skin. which is a lot of fun. Zero him, and I think that is a worthwhile calculation. As Goomer and Carrier, Goomer and Delight with control of the wave. Goomer and Carrier are the ones that are doing battle here in this lane, is what it feels like. Pays and Delight kind of passengers right now, as it's all about, will the Varus get hit by a hook now that he doesn't have his flash and ghost? Ona looking to flip on over and get in behind Goomer and Delight.
Let's see if Carrier can make something happen here.
Yeah, they are going to move forward. There's the heal for the speed up, and Delight still flashes, although he had avoided the hook already. And Ona not going to be able to get too much done there with those Darkened Daggers. Still, they get the heal out of Delight, they get the flash. You'd say that's still work.
Yeah, it's a very weird hitbox, sometimes the Blitzcrank rocket grab, so I can understand Delight's hesitation there to just say, all right, I think I'm out of here, and just flash for safety. But now he is more vulnerable.
Oh, hook gonna connect onto Gumayushi this time as Pays immediately cleanses the polymorph. Guma is gonna get taken down. First blood goes over to Pays, and Kanavi biding his time, waiting to see whether he can get in here as Carrier may have overextended. Flash still up here for Pays. He will survive. The Glitterlance, is that going to be enough for them to get this kill? The Q misses, and Carrier will survive. You know that Kanavi wants this. He picks it up, and that is going to be Pays picking up 2 in response. A killing spree already. Yeah, that
we called that a Yunara moment.
Yeah, Certify will get the crowns.
I already have.
It is time. It is 1,000 gold the lead here for the Yunara right now, but honestly, the Yunara could be behind and you'd still be feeling okay. Carrier now going to fish for a hook, lands it onto Gumayushi, nowhere for him to go, and he is just eviscerated. That is going to be a lot of damage onto Ona from the turret, but a 4th kill!
Down right now. It's always in the back of your mind. It's a mind game that Carrier is so good at as well. And then eventually, you just put yourself in a position where you're likely to get grabbed. And like Carrier could just, because they have lane control, just hover on the side. He might get another one here.
Yep. He's just going to drive his way in. That is going to be the Arc of Judgment. Another hook connects onto Gumayushi. He tries to ghost out of the way. He flashes. He still dies. That's a 5th one for Pays. As Ona picks up turret aggro, and it is going to be Delight surviving, but my goodness. Gumayushi getting a little bit of respite, at least for a few minutes. As Pays will be able to get some alone time with this outer turret in the bottom lane.
He's just so late to come down here. Pays is going to get an extra plate, it looks like, here.
Kanavi moving over, might be able to turn the tides here, as let's see whether the polymorph does actually come on through. Another hook onto Gumayushi. He's just dead. Ona and the doggos down here on this bottom side as Pays going to shove this wave in, and as soon as this crashes, one of them is dying. Delight not even going to flash here. He's just going to use the wild growth and actually does survive. Teleports are coming down as Gumayushi wants to kill Ona. Zeka is going to be able to lock that one down. Carrier now going to be taken out as well. Could this be the turn? As Doran teleported in, the Pathmaker might be able to get him back to safety as HLE desperate to find the angle here. And Pays still alive, still deadly. Takes a TPS report to the face, though, and Kanavi is rotating over. Cataclysm comes down. The flash briefcase to take out the shutdown. And it goes to Zeus there as well. That is so much extra money to the Mundo. And now Faker is a sitting pigeon underneath this turret. Finds the Emperor's Divide, but Gumayushi wasn't even tanking the turret. Carrier makes his way back, though, to put him down. And the ulti brings Ona in there. The charm is gorgeous, though. And he's starting to get some of these resets. Zeus might be able to get the shutdown. Azeka with that Orb of Deception. But it's Carrier that locks up the kill. This game is ridiculous, Wolf.
Carrier.
And they're just going to exchange some emotes.
Thank God we're gonna watch the whole replay because Owner comes over, but
oh dear. There's a wild growth actually. Kanavi using that as an engage, but Owner is still going to be able to grab that kill, and Pays has full health. He is going to get Zeka out of there.
Large so early, he's just ahead of the curve here. So Zeus is wanting to reach a late game where the Yunara just can't kill him, but I just don't see it.
I mean, he does do a massive amount of damage to these turrets. So this outer may just fall. Zeus, by the way, has Warmogs, so Doran needs to kill him here. Otherwise, Zeus just gets all of his health bar back. His ultimate will do that as well. T1, though, will be able to grab themselves a Rift Arrow. Zeka using that Hex Gate in order to try and get out. That was a gorgeous cleanse as he gets knocked up with the wild growth. The flash from Kanavi has to be invested as he didn't quite land, and Delight is going to go down. Faker finds the flag and drag. Kanavi goes on a wild goose chase as the All Out pulls him back. And Zeus now having to deal with multiple people. He's doing a decent job at it as he flashes into the base. That's a weird move. Owner is going to be able to put him down with the Darkened Daggers. Coming in as the next item. Kanavi just going to take down some of his wolves here. Relatively quiet game for Kanavi, for better or worse. But Faker just going to have to deal with Zeus. What is he supposed to do about this?
Run, run.
Kills him, yeah. I would do the excited yelling play-by-play, but
Expect this rocket grab.
yeah, does have a rocket belt in order to survive that one. The Doggo's fantastic at blocking three pieces
from
as well.
Doran.
Yeah, that's a TP angle as Kanavi going to try and get himself out of there as Keria is looking for a hook. Delight going to flash out of the way as Cataclysm is going to immediately come in. There's the ulti from Ona delivered to the backline. Goes untargetable, but now he's taken out. Zeka going to lock up that kill as Zeus with the wild growth is just gigantic in this fight. Faker looks for the Emperor's Divide, but he is going to be pulled away. Doran finds the angle with the all out as Zeus gets into the backline to take out the Azir, but Pays is untouched.
Either. So he has both summoners. He has that advantage over Guma going into this Hextech Soul fight. And Hextech Soul on this composition where you're playing as is HLE here trying to close the gap on the Pays and he's just slowing you constantly, it's just not going to happen. It's going to be miserable.
Yeah, I mean, Keria is just going to be able to hit any hook he wants for the rest of the game if that does actually come on through. As HLE are just going to start off the Baron.
Pretty risky, but I guess
That's one way to stop them from getting a Hextech Soul, I guess, as Zeka looks for an angle, gives away his position. HLE taking this down very, very low. Gumishi in the back of the pit has to be pretty careful as Delight is rotating away from this battle. Zeka trying to find that point-blank Q onto Fake. Emperor's Divide somehow finds him. They've taken down the Yunara! HLE! They just wipe them off the rift, take the Baron, and they'll deny the Soul.
Pays dropping the ball at like the most critical juncture in this game.
I guess he's trying to...
He's protesting.
He's doing math equations and he's trying to divide by Emperor. It's all right. HLE now sieging. I'm looking for an angle. Keria finds the gap with the hook. That is not the value that he's looking for, but Ona able to go untargetable to avoid Kanavi's flag and drag. Still has to flash away as this siege is so dangerous. Faker in the mid lane, and I think... that hook was gorgeous. Kanavi just going to turn it into an engage. Never you mind. Pei's going to be able to take him down, but now Gumiushi trying to fight this one out just kills Ona as he's making his way in. Zeus' health bar is immovable, and Faker finally gets back down here towards his bottom lane, but I think the thing that he has to do is kill minions, and I don't know whether he's going to be able to do so because Zeus, he can tank up the turret, he can tank up Faker, he can tank up
It would be really
a
convenient
fountain
if
laser.
Faker had his Emperor's Divide right now. It would be really convenient if he had that tool that he doesn't have right now for this defense.
I mean, at least HLE thinks that he might have it.
That's true, actually, which is probably why they're playing as respectfully as they are.
40 seconds, and that dragon is going to be up and available as Pays fighting against Zeka here as
cleanse.
the charm goes wide. Zeka, are you going to be okay? The Orb, the Arc of Judgment, and he's taken out.
As Pays needs to be very careful. He still has no flash in this fight, and Zeus is an immovable object here. I think they just need to rush this dragon down. It's going to spawn right now. They're instead looking to put that poke on the Zeus. They split this into two. They've got the damage on the dragon in the front line here, trying to deny access for HLE, and it looks like Hextech Soul is a go. Pays making a few mistakes this game with positioning, being a little bit too aggressive, but saving the game potentially here with getting that pick into Soul. Now, Baron is on the table here for HLE, and I don't think T1 can get here in time. The Baron is temporary, though. The Soul is permanent.
Yeah, so that was a big blunder there from HLE. 3,000 gold lead is kind of nothing, especially when you're staring down this Soul, which is so valuable when you have the Blitzcrank trying to retain some relevance in this late game. Still, it will be traded for the Baron, like you were talking about. The Baron these days, nowhere near the beast that it used to be. And so HLE still deadly in the team fights, have been, you know, holding on to tempo vibes, I would say, in this series. I feel like they've had the can-do attitude.
This slow will help defend the Baron as well here from the Hextech Soul. TP, though, they're going to try to push this one into the end, but Kanavi taking too much damage.
About that maneuver, but Zeus is just going to walk on in. Can they break this one open as there's the ulti? That grab was amazing. Lands onto Delight to try and take him down as Pays has to dash away. Kanavi does have a GA, but he's down to it already.
Faker on the flank.
His health bar absolutely gigantic. Faker, let's see whether he can find the hook, and they take out Gumayushi. HLE are just going to be routed here as they look to try and push forward. And Zeka, yes, he'll get back to base, but he's the only one.
Kind of unreal that T1 are able to turn this game around, and I think HLE really wanted to just push as a 5-man phalanx to open up the base there so they could have inhibitor down for Elder. That was the game plan with this Baron, but they got punished. 20 seconds on Guma, 20 seconds on Kanavi here. They just don't have a defense in this one, and Pays with Hextech Soul is ready to just finish this game. Without Guma here, I think they have the damage. These Nexus turrets are not going to last long at all.
They need to kill the minion wave. Now they might be able to do so because there is no Baron. Delight goes in, gets some knockups here as there's the hook onto him. Emperor's Divide to get Zeka out of there. The Nexus turrets are now weakened and the Nexus will go down. T1 steal the game back after they had it secured from the early game and then kind of threw it away. Then it went back again. Then they got a soul and then it is series over. What an absolute drama here in this series, but man, was it entertaining.
Is it Keria still?
Yes.
I think so.
It's only
I think
Keria.
so, because if Keria doesn't get Pays as farmed as he was, they didn't control the early game, and Pays isn't in a position to actually make that play on the Zeka, because Pays might get some votes because he got that kill on the Zeka to save the game. You can see the Wild Growth is just off cooldown, not used in the fight at all. Out of 100, he's 87 KP
Yeah.
in this incredibly long